Right, because Bean just wants to punch it out. Oh, big right hand.
Legendary Eric Esch, aka Butterbean, was always mocked by arrogant opponents.
I'm going to make it quick, clean, and relatively painful.
And I think that... There it is. There you go. There it is. Oh, that's about it.
And in this video, we're going to show you how Butterbean steps into the ring to shut the mouths of all those bold rats.
Well, it's wild now, folks, and there goes Doug Norris.
This is final round. Here we go. By the late 90s, Butterbean had already made noise all over the world, but there was one fighter who refused to accept the chubby guy's dominance, Jackie Beard. Beard was much bigger than Butterbean and was extremely confident he'd win.
It's a tough man competition, and he just turned professional, so he's...
The fight began, and the two exchanged aggressive punches to greet each other.
You saw right there in microcosm. Point out they're using 60.
But Butterbean wasn't interested in wasting extra calories, so with his multi-ton hits, he pinned Beard into the corner, and the rat managed to respond only with a nasty shot after the bell.
Bean was doing a little hot dogging there.
Yeah, they like pillows unless you get...
And that's the end of the first round.
Then Beard found out that Butterbean's defense had more holes than Swiss cheese. Thinking Eric was no more dangerous than an ordinary overweight loser, Jackie started taunting him arrogantly.
Just smiling through this round.
Looked like a school bully picking on the fat kid in the hallway. Butterbean tried to fire back, but Beard was too good. None of Eric's punches were landing.
Adapting more of a pro style than he is a tough man. Right, because Bean just wants to punch it out.
The arrogant showboater was so sure of his victory that he started dancing early, already celebrating his triumph.
This is the second round.
But during the break, Eric decided to use his anti-rat serum. With his tank fully topped off, Butterbean went after Beard like a real killing machine and wiped that smug grin off his face forever.
Oh, the big right hand. And that dropped it. And I mean dropped it. Bean's been waiting for that shot. And there was nothing fluke about that.
In 1995, Butterbean was on a winning streak, racking up 9 victories with hardly any effort, collecting opponents' scalps like rare Pokemons. But then, a fighter emerged who struck fear with his unbelievably athletic physique, Doug Norris. The nickname Dangerous warned our chubster that this fight wouldn't be an easy snack.
He won several regional tournaments.
The bout began, and Norris, noticing his opponent's short arms, decided to keep Eric at bay.
Into a folk hero because you announced him.
He's trying to prove those people wrong.
Norris is in round one. In fact, he's landing anytime he feels like it.
Still, in his desperate attempt to reach his opponent, Esch managed to serve Dangerous a couple of punches before his steroid-fueled machine went into a reckless exchange.
So Butterbean coming forward with some good shots.
And you're seeing some tough man windmilling by Butterbean. He still has that.
He's getting nailed, though, by Norris.
Not expecting such a surge of cholesterol, Norris dropped the knockout idea. Apparently, Butterbean had a third dinner on the schedule, because by the second round he sent the bodybuilder to build his brain, turning the dangerous into the harmless.
Well, it's wild now, folks, and there goes Doug Norris. Well, he never should have slugged with him. He knows that now.
In doing so, he once again proved that muscles alone don't win fights.
Butterbean.
But Butterbean's appetite wasn't satisfied with boxing alone, so Eric decided to try on MMA gloves. And in 2007, the bald Peter Griffin stepped in against a real monster, James Thompson. By that time, this giant had already fought legends like Alexander Emelianenko, Bob Sapp, and Mariusz Pudzianowski. Before the fight, the huge loudmouth tried to provoke the chubby by running his filthy mouth.
Butterbean, I know you've come a long way, so I'm going to do you a favour. I'm going to make it quick, clean, and relatively painful. I just want you to sit back, close your eyes, think of McDonald's, and it'll all be over.
But he shouldn't have mentioned Eric's favorite place to eat, as that only activated his appetite, because a hungry Butterbean is more dangerous than any wild animal. As soon as the fight began, Eric pounced on his prey and filled his hunger bar to the max.
There it is. There you go. There it is. Oh, that's about it. I mean, that's about it. Butterbean has done it.
With this fight, he proved he's unmatched both in boxing and in MMA.
Hey, this is King of Rock and Roll, and I like to watch Tuesday night fights and eat Butterbeans. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's exactly what Richard Davis claimed when stepping into the ring with Butterbean. But Eric didn't bother replying to the guy and let his fists do the talking. As soon as the fight started, Butterbean instantly broke all social distancing rules. But the troublemaker, seeing only a walking pile of cholesterol in front of him, started provoking Eric.
Davis, though, as you can see,
That was the last straw for him.
he is his own mitts. Oh, the left hand, and Davis. 1 minute into the fight.
Just 1 minute after the opening bell, Butterbean caught this Pokemon and added another knockout to his collection. In 1997, Butterbean faced his biggest rival, Billy Eaton. He had held a grudge against him for a long time out of envy for Eric's success.
1-2. Left hook in front of him. Can nail him a little bit, like Funmaker.
Throughout the whole fight, Billy was turning Butterbean into a giant cutlet.
Billy Eaton.
And he throws Butterbean with his first punch of the fight. A straight
Eric had a tough time.
like that. They got something to stand on.
Barely managed to pull off a draw.
A majority draw.
But the big man wasn't satisfied with that outcome. And a year later, the bitter rivals finally got their rematch. Eaton had the chance to finish what he started and take Butterbean's head, and he had every opportunity.
Thank you very much, and indeed.
But the fight began, and Eric immediately unleashed all his fury. With the opening bell, he charged forward like a tank.
See him coming over to his right?
Not eager to leave his fate in the judge's hands this time, just like Uma Thurman, he aimed to kill Bill. You could see how Eric practically enjoyed the feast, having crushed and eaten alive. But at the last moment, Eric met his true enemy, stamina. Billy quickly took advantage of it and started taking over the fight.
We're seeing a little different here.
We don't know what was harder for Butterbean, the lack of oxygen in his lungs or the lack of a burger in his mouth. But one thing was obvious, Billy was just one step away from his dream. Yet despite everything, Butterbean put the last of his strength into a final burst and destroyed Eaton like the last slice of pizza. Moving deeper into the division, Butterbean met a massive mound of muscle, Pat Jackson.
For Pat Jackson.
But hungry Butterbean gladly agreed to feast on this meat.
Get over in State Line, Nevada.
The fight began, and Eric, like a starving predator, charged at his opponent. But Jackson, like an armored tank, took all of Butterbean's shots and then started firing back at the giant target.
Butterbean tried to dig the body there now. Jackson stood up there.
That turn of events clearly set Eric off, and he activated full beast mode, smashing everything in his way.
It might hurt him in some of these fights here.
Jackson moving, and that's what you do against him. You also jab. You can't miss.
And then, like an inexperienced anesthesiologist, Butterbean accidentally put the wrong patient into a coma.
And referees cannot protect themselves at all times the way fighters.
Seeing such a powerful knockout,
Shots he walked into.
Pat Jackson got scared like a helpless puppy and refused to continue. That night, Butterbean got a double victory and earned himself a double serving of fries.
I mean, did you feel bad? I mean, this.
Well, I was shocked because I looked down and it was the wrong guy laying there.
Then Eric stepped into the ring with Jonathan Whitfield, nicknamed the Bull. During the stare down, Whitfield tried intimidating our hero with his physical superiority, but he didn't know that Butterbean feared only one thing: long lines at In-N-Out Burger. The bell rang, and Eric's feast began. Butterbean, like a skilled matador, handled this raging bull.
Well, Butterbean with 19 wins, 9 first-round knockouts, including...
He starts to rush in, and he stops. And he starts, and he stops. There's that right hand.
Then he must have decided to taste the steak out of this beast early.
Oh, I called it. That's what I called.
Exactly.
Because he quickly sent Whitfield to marinate in his own pain.
Joel Scott, rising young heavyweight.
The winner by technical knockout, Butterbean!
Guys, in this video you've seen the amazing and at times thrilling journey of Eric Esch. If you enjoyed it, support us with a like and a comment.
It's a very tight 1 minute into the fight.
This was Final Round. See you soon.